Here's a brief video, word problems with trigonometry. So I'm going to go ahead and follow the directions on the right-hand side. Most important thing, as far as I'm concerned, at least as a beginning for any of these questions, is making sure that you have a good picture. So if we take a look at this, he wants to measure the height of a tree, because that's what we're trying to figure out. So we want to find the height of the tree. Let's see, the tree we expect is probably going to be, actually is definitely going to be perpendicular with the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that in green. So there is my tree. All right, he walks exactly 300 feet away from the base, okay? Exactly 100 feet away from the base of the tree. All right, so we know that he's walking on the ground. And we know that this is 100 feet. Okay, we also expect that the tree is going to be perpendicular to the ground unless told otherwise. The angle from the ground to the top of the tree. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect these now. So from where he is here at the end, that's where he's located, we are now going to stop, turn around, and look up at the tree. The angle from the ground, so from the ground to the top of the tree, is 33 degrees. All right, that looks like that's in there. How tall is the tree? Okay, we need to figure out the height of the tree. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it H for height. All right, let's set up our ratio here. Based off of the information that's been given to us, so I'm going to go ahead and identify my sides. Only the sides that I actually need, though. So it looks like the hypotenuse is empty, so I'm just going to leave that. I know that opposite the acute angle, so H is going to be the opposite side, and then right next to it that is not the hypotenuse is the adjacent. All right, this looks like tangent to me. So we're going to go ahead and set up our ratio. I'm going to go ahead and use green since I'm solving for H. So that's going to give me tangent of my acute angle, which is 33, is equal to opposite H over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent. Okay, now we want to solve. Notice that the H on the right-hand side is in the fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and make both sides look like a fraction and then cross multiply. So I'll take that side length of 100 and times that by tangent of 33, and then I'll do 1 times H. Okay, that's my exact answer. It now looks like I just need to go ahead and type this in. So let's do 100 times tangent of 33. And it looks like that's going to give me 64.940. And the unit of measure here was feet, since that's how far he walked away. Okay, that's going to be our answer for the first one. Or we want to do the same thing with the second one, so we want to draw a picture. A man is in a boat that is floating 175 feet away from the base of a... Okay, so we know that the boat itself is 175 feet away from something. So there's my 175 feet, and I'm going to say that my boat is right there. It's 175 feet away from the base of a 200-foot cliff. Okay, so my cliff is going to be here. And it says that my cliff was 200 feet tall. Okay, again, unless you're told otherwise, the expectation is that's perpendicular to the ground. What is the angle of depression? All right, so let's go ahead and connect these guys. And it is the angle of depression between the cliff and the boat. Okay, so we're going to start up at the cliff. So up here, this is the top of the cliff. Remember that the angle of depression comes from the line of sight. So we would look straight out here. And we know that the angle of depression is going to be from the line of sight down. So I believe we're looking for this angle theta, which doesn't even look like it's in the triangle, so I'm going to move it. We know that the line of sight and the ground are parallel to each other, which makes these angles alternate interior. So I'm going to move the angle down to the bottom. Okay, based off of what I have, using my acute angle, looks like I have opposite. I don't have the hypotenuse. There's no numeric value there. And I have adjacent. So it looks like I have tangent. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do tangent of my angle theta, which is opposite over adjacent, 175. Okay, we're going to need to get rid of tangent itself. So we need to do the inverse of tangent to actually get that to go away. So as you recall from the other video, on the left-hand side, the tan inverse and the tangent are going to cancel, and we're going to get theta is equal to, but we are still going to have inverse tangent on the right-hand side of 200 over 175. Okay, that would be our exact angle theta, but let's go ahead and find the approximation. So it looks like we're going to do tangent inverse of 200 divided by 175. All right, looks like it's 48.814 degrees.